Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year to all, wherever you are, whether you're on board ships or ashore. I would like to extend our wishes of this medium to all the seafarers, first of all, who continue to supply the world and move the trade and keep us alive. Equally, we would like to extend our thanks to all in office, whether you're ship brokers, you're lawyers, you're ship owners, you're ship managers, you're banker brokers, you're ship agents, you name it. Congratulations for keeping up the trade. Without you all, the industry was going to be dead. Okay? Nothing to do with airlines, of course. We're far beyond the capabilities of the personnel of the work they work in the airline industry. Now, let's come to our first recapitulation of the markets. The BDI today, the 2nd of January, stood down at 771 points, 11 points down since its last closing of the 24th of December 2014. And this is a drop of 1,465 points, the overall dropping of the markets since the closing of December 2013, when the market stood at 2,247 points. Percentage-wise, this fall is calculated to the exact 65.2%. A major fall. It was, as you recall, the worst start for 30 years. You might also recall our two interviews on the Greek station SBC TV on the 3rd and on the 10th of January 2014 last year, where we have predicted the situation of the markets as well as the energy issues vis-à-vis the price of oil. These predictions came out to be true. We were going to tell you now very briefly how the market ended in 2014. The BDI at 782 versus the 2,247, as we said, of 2013. The BCI, the Cape Index, was down at 474 points. The BPI, the Panamaxes, at 856. The Supras at 887, this is the BSI, excuse me. The BHSI, the Handys, at 495. And of course, the wet cargoes, the tanker indexes, the BDTI was at 862 and the BCTI at 787. As you can see, we don't have a single 4-digit number, and this is very important. The BCI now closed earlier on 18 points down at 456 points since its last closing. The BPI was down also 29 points at 827 points. The BSI was also down 8 points at 884 points. The price of oil now continued its dropping and stands now in the region of $63, and things are getting short. On December, there was a report saying that anything below the $60 of the North Sea oil is unprofitable. You all know what has happened, and of course the price of oil affects the economies of many nations, from Russia to Nigeria to you name it. Ship financing too is a very big issue, possibly the biggest one. The geopolitical front now looks very bleak, and many issues will bother us, in Europe particularly, with not just the Greek saga to bother us. This Greek saga will bother us, but it's not only that, but yet beyond that. There are other nations with colossal financial problems, and Greece shouldn't be seen as the scapegoat. Greece, though, will be one of the focal points as the country enters a new and highly vulnerable phase, which will remain there, believe you me, at least until 2020. The Eurozone might survive even if there is a Greek exit. We have to be straight on this. Populist parties, particularly in Greece, over the last 40 years, proved far worse than the public expected, and the Greek voters should be cautious, as Ulysses did with the Sirens. China is also a country to watch, and obviously the US policy, or policies if you like it, to all intents and purposes. Mr. Putin will continue to flex his muscles, and Mrs. Merkel will soon come down to her senses and accept that, what is really is best for Germany, for Europe and the world. She tries to dominate even the world. The African Spring nonsense, must end. ISIS must be finished off. Enough with this scam. It's a scam. Wonder what the Chinese will do with the planned Nicaraguan canal and how the Panamanians will counter. We know of the delay, but now this is going to cause a very big upheaval, not just in the region geopolitically, but trade-wise. That's very, very important to see. We're going to see what will be the challenges of this new canal. LNG is to be watched as well as boxes. I mean, containers and conversely container ships will be another category to be watched. Liner shipping still will make the waves. The cruise industry on the mega ship tune, it's another front as well of interest. Environmental issues will also influence the markets, and last but not least, illegal immigration. I don't need to go back and tell you what happened over the last 10 days, with all these illegal immigrants and the people lost. That's a disgrace. Hence, I repeat, we need to see an international Coast Guard, a European Coast Guard with a mandate. Not just like that. This is, not nice things. We can do it. We can stop illegal immigration, particularly the one emanating from the Anatolian coast of Turkey and, of course, from all the Middle Eastern area and North Africa. So we need to have a Coast Guard with means and personnel trained to deter every illegal immigrant, and the traffickers should be on the dock. Otherwise, if this continues, public punishment, is an important issue. Another event, we expect to see the WISTA event coming and conference this October in Istanbul. It's going to be a great event. And of course, we will never forget one of the greatest ever events, the AGM and conference in Cyprus last October of 2014 in Limassol. It was a great event of WISTA Cyprus. Never ever before a success was noted of such an event. The IMO elections too for a Secretary General and the post will also dominate the news, and we eagerly wait to see the headmaster of the shipping industry, because the Secretary General of the IMO is indeed the headmaster of the shipping industry. Overall, as we have, a free choice in doing things in life, we have to decide whether we work for peace or we promote conflict. Never forget what we have always maintained: war, father of all. If you don't destroy, you cannot rebuild. This is the pitiful message in history. Full stop and period on this. As for the world economy, well, with the advent of globalization, it's obvious that one part of the world will be doing good and the other part of the world will do bad. This is the good thing of globalization. We must also take on account that 2015 is the year of the sheep, if I might pronounce it better, which will begin on the 19th of February, is the Chinese New Year, the year of the sheep, a very important year for those that they really pay attention to the true issues for the year of the Chinese year of the sheep, and of course the other years that we have gone by and those to come. Very interesting year, also with lots of happening behind closed doors. This is an important aspect of the year of the sheep. I repeat, many things will be happening behind closed doors. We reiterate the fact that our industry, the maritime world, generates per annum now over $10 trillion worth of moving of cargoes, of everything around, and this is very, very important. It's a very lucrative business, and of course, it will be, this wealth will be distributed amongst the most capable ship owners. It's not necessary, to have money. Is the capabilities that will make the ship owners to take a bigger stake from the business available today. Our industry also is the most eco-friendly industry of all, and only is 2.7% the emissions, etc. And there's no other industry to be compared, not even aviation. We are far away. Don't forget that an aircraft can dump for the safety of the aircraft, its fuel, and you know what happens. If a ship does just one drop, you know very well what's going on. So, this is an important issue. Few have the guts to address openly, except of course at the London Shipping Law Centre, a few years ago, the ship and the plane, are they the same? It was, stipulated the major differences and who is the biggest polluter. Finally, we will come back with a more in-depth analysis of all categories of containers, of LNGs, of tankers, LRs or MRs or whatever, Panamaxes, Supramaxes and the rest in one of our forthcoming reporting. We'd like to thank you all for your support, of your comments, and of course in entrusting your promotion through our site, and would like to take the opportunity from London here to thank all our All About Shipping colleagues worldwide that they support us, those who write for us. It's a great thing to have people that they come unsolicited and provide real articles without any biased word that or issue there. So, Happy New Year to all, good health above all, and rest assured that this medium will continue to be the most free medium on the shipping industry worldwide. It's your platform, take advantage of it. This is John FARACLAS from All About Shipping. Have a lovely weekend. Over and out.